Dear friends and colleagues, New Year's Eve is an evening of reflection, but also one of hopes for what is yet to come. 2022 is coming to an end, and so is the Swedish presidency of ELARD. I have now held the position for 3 whole years, and the years they have been intense, sometimes scary even, but also beautiful and hope-giving. I started out my presidency in January 2020 before the outbreak of Corona. In this time, our network grew more important and stronger together. We had a lot of online meetings during 2020 in order to share our experience of what is going on in Europe, in our rural areas, in the places we live and work. For me personally, it was a lifeline to reality around Europe. Also, time of building the team, we really, truly grew stronger together during this year. After we overcame Corona, there was a new crisis at our footsteps, the war. This has affected us in so many different ways, and many local action groups are working with the refugees from Ukraine and trying to ease their situation and help in every possible way. Many people are suffering severely from this. We are all experiencing the inflation and the energy shortage that comes along with it, and the times they are changing. I started out with this presidency with a mission to make it a teamwork, and I think we succeeded. And because of that, I look back with happiness on my presidency, because of what we achieved together and the team that we built. To name a few, we had the survey on which future do you want in rural areas that was initiated from our Spanish members. And in the end, we got participants from 26 different countries, 3,300 participants in the survey. And this was the start of our engagement in the long-term vision on rural areas, and also made it possible for us to join the Rural Pact Preparatory Group. We have, during my presidency, together strategically been targeting the presidency of the Council of Europe. And thanks to our members, we have been able to visit high-level conferences in Slovenia, France, Czech Republic, and we are right now planning the next year in Sweden and Spain. A true success was the first conference after the 1.5 years of isolation to celebrate Leader 30 years, where we all came together finally in a snowstorm of joy. It was a wonderful meeting, and I think it showed that local action groups and their networks are truly first movers, because we had not met for 1.5 years and it was time. We also have founded ECEP, the ELARD Knowledge Exchange Platform, during my presidency. We started out with nothing, and today we have 7 projects granted, which is a true success. One of them is RuralBest 22, that enabled us to bring a lot of young people to the European Rural Parliament 5th gathering. We had 30% of the participants were below age 30, which is fantastic when we compare with earlier gatherings. So with this, I want to propose a toast to all of you who contributed to make the Swedish presidency a success. And I want to say thank you for all of your support, and I'm so grateful for all the friends that I have around Europe. And I wish you all the best for the coming year. See you around, and let's trust the magic of new beginnings together. Cheers! I'm happy to hand over the word and the presidency to Mr. Thibaut from Leader France.
Dear colleagues and friends of rural networks in Europe, New Year, new presidency for our ELARD network. I would like to sincerely thank Marion Eckert for the Swedish presidency, which is coming to an end. The work carried out over the last 3 years has been significant. Indeed, the health crisis has complicated everything. However, even remotely, we continued to work between national networks. Thus, under the Swedish presidency, our network has been reinforced and has acquired real recognition. To follow up, the French presidency, which is beginning today, will have several objectives, including supporting rural areas to benefit from the opportunities of the European Union, benefits from funding, of course, but also from cooperation, capitalization of good practices, youth exchanges, etc. Work to take better account of rural areas and the contributions in community policies, in a cross-cutting manner for the programming period which is beginning, but also for the next one which is already being prepared. Promote the work of the territories organized into local action groups. As local laboratories, they allow rural areas to innovate and find solutions for rural population. Community-led local development is a gem, and LEADER is a European success story for 30 years. We will work to reinforce and expand them. With its long-term vision and its rural pacts, the European Commission has proven that rural areas are no longer seen as a problem, but as a part of the solutions to current challenges: ecological transition, health sovereignty, quality of life, etc. With the other European networks, in ELARD, with the Commission, the European Parliament, and the European Committee of the Regions, we will continue to defend modern and dynamic rurality open on the world. As Leader France did during the European Leaders Seminar of the French presidency of the European Union in March 2022. I would like to conclude with a thought for the Ukrainian people. For 2023, I wish them victory and peace. Ukraine is a large agricultural and rural country. I look forward to being able to establish cooperation with rural actors to support them in their rural developments. While waiting for these better days for Europe, but also for the world, I wish you and your loved ones my best wishes for 2023.